Welcome to our how-to video on mapping data. This is a process that I like to think of as kind of a game. It's a matching game, as a matter of fact. And with some games out there, one of the first things you do is define your character, or in our case, our company. So if you go to File, New Company, a window pops up that allows you to do just that. So I can fill out my company name. We've got a fake company, Acme IT Services Inc. And a company ID, I'll just call mine Acme 12. And make sure that the dates are tuned to your data. And then we have a special logo to put in for the optional logo. So now, from the home screen, we can click on the Load Data icon to open up the Load Data module. And then we can fill the input lines for the balance sheet data, profit and loss data, with some of the sample data that we exported from the Load Data video. And then click on Row Map, and the Row Map module pops up. It has three major components: line items in your data, line items in SurvivalWare, and a grid, which allows you to view your progress by pressing the Refresh Grid button. You'll notice that SurvivalWare has already omitted several lines. Some of these are headers, and some are totals. The totals are calculated by SurvivalWare, with 4 exceptions, and those are your import checks. So if you go up here and click the Unmap Only radio button, then only the unmapped line items show. And here we're going to locate 4 line items that will be the import checks that I remarked on earlier. Those import checks are net income, which comes from your income statement, and then total liabilities, total assets, and total equity, which all come from your balance sheet. So the first thing I'm going to do is locate net income from my data's line items. There it is right there. And then I'm going to locate net income from GL in SurvivalWare's line items. There it is right there. And then I press the map button and it maps it to it. I can also just drag and drop, but for a little while I'm going to use the map button just to get used to it. Now I'm going to locate the total assets and locate total assets from GL and map, and then total liabilities, there it is, and I'll map that into total liabilities from GL. GL, by the way, stands for General Ledger, and that refers to your accounting software, whatever it is that you use. And now I'll go for total equity, and notice there's a net income line item that's in your balance sheet. That comes specifically with QuickBooks and maybe a few others, and that actually is more of a retained earnings current year rather than the same net income that we mapped earlier. So we'll ignore that for now and then take total equity from GL and map that. So now we have all our import checks. So once we load our data, we can check the Import Check tab in the Data Viewer and make sure that we loaded our data properly. So now, let's map these other line items. These 4000 series are all sales, and so what I'm going to do is highlight them all by pressing Shift and down and drag and drop them to the Sales 1 category. And then I put all these cost of sales into the cost of sales 1 category. There's a total cost of goods sold and a gross profit, which I'm actually just going to omit. So I go down and press the omit button twice to get rid of those. And then I have some remaining 5000 series, which are all cost of goods again. And I put these into the cost of sales 1 category. You'll notice that I put all my sales in the same category and all my cost of sales in the same category. Now, that's not something you necessarily have to do. That's up to you and how you want to view your sales and cost of sales and how they relate to each other, depending on your business. So now I'm going to map my operating expenses, advertising to the advertising and marketing category, same with trade shows and seminars, etc. And then a vehicle to the automobile category. And now I'm going to stop moving so much because it's making me dizzy. And I'm going to take bank service charges to bank and credit card charges. Authorized net withdrawal. Well, that's a lot like bank and credit card charges as well, so I'll drag and drop that to there. Make sure you click on it too, of course. And then there's some, looks like website related services, site setup programming, site hosts, and I'll put this into the internet services category. Now we've got what looks like a few telephone service type of categories, office, cellular, fax, toll-free, and other communications. And we can put that into the telephone line item in SurvivalWare. And then contributions, we'll go to the contributions category. Depreciation, we'll go to the depreciation category. Vehicles/equipment rental. Well, there was that automobile category we had put vehicle in earlier, so let's put this in that too. Dues and subscription. There's a dues and subscription category. And now here we have some insurances. There is a separate insurance category. However, health insurance and life insurance I'm actually going to put into the benefits category because both of those contribute to the cost of employing a single person. But of course, this is sort of an art form, and you can tune it to whatever your business's needs are. So I'm going to take health, put it in the benefits category, and then I'm going to take this liability insurance, and that next one under it is actually vehicle insurance, and I'm going to locate the insurance category on the right. Highlight both these by pressing shift and down, and then drag and drop. And I'll put life insurance into the benefits category as well, and put this insurance other into the insurance category. And next we have interest expense, and interest expense is actually a non-operating expense, and so these appear at the bottom of your income statement. See other operating expenses and then interest expense right underneath those, and you see there are several different categories, and you can just find the best place for your particular interest expenses. I'll just go ahead and put this one into the interest expense not elsewhere classified category in SurvivalWare. And next we have license and permits. Luckily there's a license and permits category. Miscellaneous, luckily there's a miscellaneous category as well. And there's shop tools and supplies. And I think I'm going to put this one into the supplies category. Same with office supplies. So I'll drag and drop that. And now we're going to take a little break and pick up where we left off in our How to Map Data Extended Version Part 2. Thanks for watching.